saw?
Well, we were, finishing up lunch, and suddenly everything started to shake. The wine glasses were clanking, and I said, "We're having an earthquake." And being from Southern California, I was very familiar.
So how did this compare to other earthquakes you've experienced?
Well, it wasn't nearly as big as some that I've been in, but it was significant enough that the entire restaurant felt it.
And what was the reaction of people in the restaurant?
It was a lot of, "Was that an earthquake?" And suddenly everybody had to leave.
So did you have people kind of rushing outside?
Well, not rushing outside, but definitely standing up thinking, what was that?
Right.
Well, we were just sitting there listening to the Catawba baseball coach at Rotary there, and I thought somebody was tapping their foot on the back of my chair, and come to find out, we got up and walked out just a little while ago, and Randy was like, "Did you hear that earthquake or feel that earthquake?" I said, "Man, I thought somebody was tapping my chair." Sure enough, walking up the road, we had 2 or 3 people on the phone talking about it, and it shook the room. I mean, it shook the room pretty well. I mean, the chair, it was my first experience with an earthquake, I can tell you that.
So did it kind of make you scared once you realized you had been in an earthquake? And
Not really, because it was already over and done with, but it did make me feel a little uncomfortable to know that I had a grown man rocking my chair. So it was kind of comforting to find out that he wasn't.
Right.
I was just standing right behind the counter. We were talking with customers, and then the back wall just started shaking, and everything was just rattling off. And I'm like, my mother-in-law was standing there, and she said, "Is this an earthquake?" And I looked around, and I thought somebody was messing with my jewelry box over there because it was shaking so bad. And then I just looked, and I'm like, everything's shaking. And then we went out front, and everybody apparently felt it. And we ran around the corner to find out, and it was just crazy.
What did it feel like?
Almost like vertigo, kind of like I started getting I kind of felt a little sick after that. It was weird.
And you said it kind of felt like a train was going by?
Yeah, like a train, it felt like a train, like when when you're close to your house is close to a train track and it flies by really fast and shakes all the walls and pictures and everything.
Have you been in an earthquake before?
No. Yeah. A little scary.
Well, Christy, my daughter, we was in the back putting up clothes, and we felt this shaking just a little bit. And she said, "What is that, Dad?" And I said, "Well, if I didn't know better, I'd say it was the starting of an earthquake, because, I'd lived out in California for a lot. Usually we have aftershocks out there that bad. So it really,
So it was similar to what you would have experienced as an aftershock?
Yes, ma'am.
How many earthquakes do you think you've experienced before and when you lived in California?
Roughly, I'd say 6, maybe 8.
And so this was less severe than others?
Than the most of them, yes.
And I looked out this window and I could see, the light poles and everything just rocking back and forth. So I knew it wasn't just our building.
That scared me to death.
Scared you to death?
Yeah.
My chair started rocking and I thought Galen was messing with me, but he was asleep.
So you were on the phone with your friend in Winston, and apparently it was there first because you heard him reacting.
Right.
And what was he doing, yelling?
Yeah, he was saying, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. So I can hear them all running around saying, "Let's go. Everybody get out of the building."
Wow. Okay. And so then you felt it.
Yeah. Then I felt it after. I was literally talking about it.
And so then what did you do with these guys?
I just told them to grab all this stuff. Let's go.
Have any of you been in an earthquake before?
Just a tornado, that's it.
I was chilling. I wasn't scared. I'm the kind of guy that don't get scared of stuff moving, because I like to move. But once he started saying earthquake, I was like, okay. I was kind of scared.
Then you were kind of scared.
Yeah.